Today I will show you 40 very useful tips and tricks for the Meta Quest 3. Here, not only beginners, but also pros will find useful information to further improve the experience with the Meta Quest 3. If you haven't seen my review of the Meta Quest 3, you can find it in the info cards now. My name is Thomas and you are watching VoodooDE VR. Thank you to my sponsors Voodoo's VR, Opperman Events and Virtual Escape. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Tip 1. Casting to other devices. By clicking on the camera button in the Quest 3 menu, you can stream the current view of Quest 3 to a TV, a browser or your cell phone, so that your friends can watch you play. If your TV doesn't support this, you can, for example, buy a Chromecast stick that you plug into your TV. Tip 2. Set Quest 3 to factory settings. If your VR headset no longer works at all, even after a restart, or you want to sell the headset and a reset via the app doesn't work, you can perform a factory reset from the recovery mode. To do this, turn off the Quest 3 completely. Then press and hold power and volume down until the Meta logo appears. Then let it go. And then there will be a menu. Go to factory reset and then reset the Quest 3. Tip 3. Reset view. To reset the view of both your active app and the home menu, simply press and hold the Meta button on the right controller for 2 seconds. Tip 4. Refund app purchases. If you purchased an app from the Meta store, you can get a refund if you don't like it, if you have used the app for less than 2 hours and purchased it not more than 14 days ago. To do this, go to Menu, Settings, Purchase in your Meta app on your smartphone. Click on the 3 dots next to the app you want to return and then click on Request a refund. Tip 5. Smoother display with 120 Hz. If you want to see the home environment and some apps and games that support it with the smoother display, then activate the 120 Hz mode. To do this, go to Settings, System, Display and activate 120 Hz refresh rate. Please note that it requires a little bit more battery power. Tip 6. Pair Quest Pro controller. If you have purchased the Quest Pro controller, you can find it in the description, the link. You can pair it by going to Menu, Devices, Meta Quest 3, Headset Settings, Controller in the smartphone app and then clicking Pair New Controller. Do this with both controllers. Tip 7. Turn off automatic activation. If it bothers you that the Quest 3 automatically turns on when you put it on, go to the menu, Devices, Meta Quest 3, Headset Settings, Power Settings in the smartphone app and deactivate the automatic activation option. Tip 8. Avoid sunlight. Make sure that sunlight never shines on the lenses of your VR headset, even for a few seconds. The lenses are basically magnifying glasses and they can burn your display. It is therefore best not to use it outside or never leave it close to a window. Tip 9. Avoid motion sickness. If you are a VR beginner or generally prone to motion sickness, check how intense the app is before you buy an app in the store. Green means comfortable. You can't get sick. But you should be more careful with the orange or even red category. Tip 10. Room scan with furniture. You can scan your entire room or even your entire apartment to prepare it for mixed reality apps. To do this, go to Settings, Physical Room, Set up room in Quest 3. Then scan your room. You can even place additional furniture such as tables or shelves, which can then also be used for mixed reality apps. Tip 11. Developer mode. For some things, like for example side loading, you need a developer account and developer mode. To do this, go to the Meta developer page that I linked in the description and change your account to a developer account. Then go to Smartphone app under Menu, Devices, Meta Quest 3, Headset Settings, Developer Settings and activate the developer mode there. Tip 12. Controller shortcuts. To quickly take a photo of the current content of Quest 3, press the Meta button on the right controller and then tip the trigger button. This will cause a screenshot. If you want to record a video, do the same. Hold the Meta button, but also hold the trigger for 2 seconds. Then it will start the recording. End the recording with the same Meta button and hold the trigger. You can find the results in the library when you click the camera symbol in the Quest 3 menu. Tip 13. SideQuest and App Lab. To access even more apps that are not in the official Meta store, you can use the SideQuest PC software to install additional apps from the App Lab or APK files on your Quest 3. I made a separate video about this, which you can find in the info cards now and in the description. Tip 14. Access thousands of more VR games via PC. You can also connect the Quest 3 to a gaming PC and play all PC VR games from the Meta PC store or Steam. This can be done via cable or wireless. You can find a separate tutorial video in the info cards now and in the description. Tip 15. Improve video recordings. So the Quest 3 can record video of the current displayed content by going to the menu, clicking the camera icon and then click Record Video. But to set the record quality and format, you have to go to Settings, System and Camera. Here you can make various recording settings. If this option is not available, first go to Settings and Experimental and activate the new camera settings there. Tip 16. Count calories. If you use the Meta Quest 3 as a fitness device, you can display an app overlay that shows you your current calorie status. To do this, install the Move app if it's not already installed from the library. Set it up with your values and start it. You can view the statistics even in the smartphone app. Tip 17. Watch films. You can watch films on Quest 3. This can be done, for example, with the apps Sky Player. This is a really nice software. You should consider to install it. Or Big Screen. This is a virtual cinema that you can even use with friends. Or Virtual Desktop, which you can also use to stream films from your PC. Or simply use the Quest 3's integrated player. You can first copy some files to the Quest 3. 3D movies are also supported. Tip 18. Switch between controller and hand tracking. If you want to switch between controller and hand tracking, go to Settings, Motion Tracking, Hand Tracking and activate Hand and Body Tracking. You can also activate Automatic Switch here. Then the Quest 3 automatically switches to hand tracking when you put the controller down. Tip 19. Play in complete darkness. The Quest 3 normally requires light to enable good tracking. However, if you still want to use it in complete darkness, you will need infrared lights. A small module that you can plug in to Quest 3 is available for purchase. You can find the link in the description below and it can still be charged at the same time. Tip 20. Save battery. To extend the battery life of the Quest 3, you can, for example, switch off the Wi-Fi function in the Quest 3 menu, but that of course only works for single player games. An extended battery mode can also be activated, which reduces the brightness, resolution and frames per second to save battery. You can find this in the settings under System, Energy Settings. There you activate the extra battery mode. Tip 21. Privacy settings. You can adjust your Quest 3 privacy. Here you can, for example, set who sees your activities, create a private profile, manage device and app permissions, or even assign a password to individual apps. To do this, go to Settings and then Privacy. Okay guys, did you like the video so far? If yes, I would totally appreciate thumbs up and a subscription with the bell so you will not miss any cool videos for Quest 3 in the future. But let's go on now. Tip 22, smartphone notifications. You can display notifications from your smartphone in the Quest 3. To do this, go to Menu, Devices, Meta Quest 3, Headset Settings, Phone Notifications in the Meta Smartphone app and activate it here. Tip 23, connect mouse and keyboard. You can connect a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard to the Quest 3, for example, to use the web browser. To do this, go to the Settings under Bluetooth and Devices and add the relevant devices. Tip 24, multitasking. You can use 3 apps at the same time on Quest 3. To do this, simply hold down an app with the trigger or an app symbol and drag it to a free app space, left or right. Tip 24, do not disturb. If you don't want to be disturbed at all during your VR session, you can switch on Do Not Disturb mode in the settings under Notifications. Tip 26, app sharing. If you want to share your game library with a family member or friend, you can do this with app sharing. To do this, your friend must log in to your app under Settings and Account with their Meta account on your Quest 3. You then activate app sharing in the same menu. Your friend will then have access to your game library on his Quest 3. Unfortunately, this does not work with multiplayer games. Tip 27, cross-buy list. Some games that you purchase from the Meta PC store will automatically be available on your Quest 3 as a standalone version and vice versa, without you having to purchase them again. The games that support this are shown in a list by Meta. You can find the link in the description below. Tip 28, save with referral links. If your friend buys a game using your referral link, they save 25% and you get $5 for the Meta store. To do this, go to Menu, My Library, select the game in the Meta smartphone app, click on the 3 dots, then send referral link. You can then send the link to your friend via, for example, WhatsApp or email, and if he buys the game, you get the advantages. Tip 29, install apps from your smartphone. You can easily install apps on the Quest 3 from your smartphone. To do this, go to Menu, My Library, select the game in the Meta smartphone app, and then install to headset. Tip 30, create an avatar. You can create your own avatar for your Meta account, which your friends can also see if you invite them to your home environment, for example. To do this, simply click on the mirror in your home environment and a window will open in which you can customize your avatar. You can turn the avatar mirror on and off in the settings under Personalization, Interactive Objects. Tip 33, activate pass-through mode quickly. To activate the pass-through mode, that is the view of your real environment through the Quest 3, simply double tap your hand against the Quest 3. If the setting is not activated, do this in the settings under Physical Space, Pass-Through and activate double tap for pass-through. Tip 32, measure the distance between your eyes, or so-called IPD. So there are several methods to measure the distance between your eyes, which you have to adjust in Quest 3 with the small wheel beneath the headset, in order to see everything clearly, of course. The easiest but least accurate method is to use a ruler. It's better to have an app for your smartphone to measure the distance. You can find an example app in the description below. But the safest method, however, is going to an optician and have the distance measured by them. They often do this for free and it only takes a few seconds. Tip 33. Disable Guardian System. If you want to deactivate the Quest 3 security system, for example, if you want to cover a larger area or for mixed reality apps, first activate the developer mode. I already explained this to you in tip 11. Then go to Settings, System, Developer and deactivate the Guardian. However, be very, very careful when deactivating this security system. Tip 34. Web VR games. You can also play VR games with the Quest 3 via the built-in browser. To do this, open it and see a list of apps. In the best of the immersive web category, there are some good games and some free ones as well. It takes a while for the games to start and download, and you have to give the browser permission to start immersive apps. Tip 35. Copy files from Quest 3. To copy files from your Quest 3 to the PC, connect it to the PC with a USB-C cable. Then you have to confirm a dialog in Quest 3 and the file browser on the PC opens. Be very quick because sometimes the dialog disappears very soon. You can find the recordings under Oculus video shots, for example. Attention, the confirmation message no longer appears in Do Not Disturb mode. Tip 36. Give help to beginners. If you want to show Quest 3 to a friend and he's a complete beginner, you can support him during his VR session, for example by starting apps via your smartphone. To do this, go to the smartphone app, then go to Menu, My Library, select an installed app and click Start. But you can provide even more help by streaming the Quest 3 content to your phone. To do this, click on Stream in the smartphone app under Menu, Devices, MetaQuest 3, select MetaQuest 3 again and then press Start. Then you can see on your smartphone what is currently being displayed in Quest 3. And you can also start apps, activate pass-through or reset the view. Tip 37. Use hand straps. It can happen incredibly quickly that you become so immersed in your VR experience that you forget the real environment. Especially when you throw things around in VR, you might end up throwing the controller in your window or in the TV. It is therefore essential to always use the hand straps on the controllers, even if that means a few seconds more preparation time, but this is better than this. Tip 38. Change your virtual environment. You can change the default home environment and, for example, beam yourself into a cyber city. To do this, go to Settings, Personalization, Virtual Environment and select a different environment. If you scroll all the way down, you can even use your own 360-degree image as your home environment. Tip 39. Check for updates. Your Quest 3 does not always install the updates automatically or sometimes not at the time you want that. To check whether there is a new update, go to Settings, System, Software Update. If an update is available here, it will be offered to you. Also activate the option Automatically turn on the headset for updates to always have the latest updates, even if the Quest 3 is turned off. Tip 40. Accessories. As accessories, I can recommend, for example, the VR cover for the facial interface. That's very comfortable. Or the original Elite strap with battery. Or the M3 Pro set from Bobo VR. A bag is also very useful. This one is from Syntec. Really good. And there's also, for example, the AMVR battery strap that you can hang over your shoulders. That's also very useful if you want to extend the battery life. You can find all the links and some coupon codes in the description below. Yeah, I think there were some tips for you that you may not have known. If you are interested in the Quest 3, look in the description. I will put the links there. That would be awesome if you could support me a little bit. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell. And see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
VoodooDE